Hello and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Amana, and in today's video we're going to be talking about everything Disney dining. I'm so excited about this video because I just got back from a 4-day, 3-night trip to Walt Disney World, and I used the Disney dining plan for the very first time. I've been going to Disney World for a while now, and this was my first time utilizing the dining plan. So in this video, we're gonna go over what the dining plan is, how I used my credits, and if I will be using my credits the same way in the future. And we're gonna go over all the things that I ate, drank, all the good things. If you like Disney videos, Disney vlogs, lifestyle vlogs, travel vlogs, this is the channel for you. So hit that subscribe button, but let's get into this video. Chloe is really into her ball right now, so that's that. We have the first pumpkin spice latte of the season, and I think that this is so fitting when we're talking about all things Disney because I absolutely love getting pumpkin spice lattes. And something that I'm already going to give you a tip on is you can use a snack credit on this, and you can get a venti, but we'll get into that. But grab a bevy of choice. We're going to get deep into this video. Disney offers two different types of dining plans. One is going to be the quick service dining plan, and that is going to be 2 quick service meals per night, 1 snack per night, and 1 resort refillable mug. That is going to run you about $59.11 per day. And then also they have the dining plan, which is going to be 1 table service credit per night, 1 quick service credit per night, 1 snack credit per night, and the resort refillable mug, and that's going to run you about $97.77. This includes tax, but it does not include gratuity, so that's something to keep in mind when you're doing the dining plan. If you're doing the regular dining plan, you will need to add on gratuity, so you'll have to pay that while you're dining. But for the quick service, you won't need to do anything regarding gratuity. Today we're going to go into a deep dive of the dining plan and go over everything that I ate, which I have some great reviews for everything. I have my laptop with me because I cannot remember everything that I got. So we're gonna this is why I'm gonna be looking this way. But we're gonna start off with day 1. So whenever you're doing the dining plan, it activates on your check-in day, and then on your checkout day, you don't have any dining credits. The dining plan deactivates at midnight the day that you check out. So just know that if you're gonna be taking a later flight the day that you check out, you will have to pay for food that day. But for Friday, I started off with my resort refillable mug, and that is $22.99. I cannot rave about the resort refillable mug enough. I thought that they were so convenient. It had so many different options, and I'm a sugar-free girly when it comes to sodas and juices and Powerades. I don't drink a lot of soda. I barely drink juice. So having the sugar-free option was chef's kiss. They didn't have it at the pool, but if you went into the quick service areas where they had the Coke Zero refillable stations, I was able to refill for whatever I wanted. And you have to get that activated because when you put it into the refillable stations, it won't turn on. So if you don't activate it, it won't turn on. I was trying to figure out how they knew if someone paid for it or not, but that's how, you literally can't push any buttons. So that's actually really cool. But so the resort refillable mug is $22.99. I refilled my resort mug 6 times a day. I kept count. And I got teas. They give you teas, coffee as well. So I got some teas. I got some coffee in the morning, even though you have coffee in the room. But I just was like, let me try this to see what it's all about. Didn't really taste the difference between what was in the Keurig besides what you get at quick service, but I thought that was a really good option. I got a lot of sugar-free Powerades. I refilled it with water as well, so that was really nice. And then when I was at the pool, I didn't have to buy any sodas or use my quick service credits where you get the drink with it on sodas, so that was really nice to do that. So the next thing that I got was the artisanal burger for $15.49. This burger was hearty. It was so big. I wasn't expecting it to be that big. I think that you can cut it in half and share it. It came with a lot of fries as well. When you're also on the dining plan, quick service or regular, you can get a beverage with each entree. So if you're over 21, you can also use it for an alcoholic drink. So for my beverage, I got a Cadillac margarita, and that was $17.50. And the Cadillac margarita was a little sweet for me. I like my margaritas to be a little tangy, but it was a little sweet. But overall, It was freshly poured. It wasn't pre-batched. I liked that option, so that was really good. And then for my table service credit for the night, I went to Steakhouse 71. I did spend a little bit of extra money because it does not include an appetizer. So when you're doing your table service credit, it includes your entree, a dessert, and your beverage. So for my entree, I got the 7-ounce filet with mac and cheese. It was $48. This was not my favorite meal. I've dined at Steakhouse 71, but in the bar, but I've never sat in like the dining room area. And I'll go into like logistics of like dining maybe in another video, but this was just not my favorite meal. The mac and cheese lacked flavor and the filet was so salty. Like, they said that they have 7 different spices on the filet, and I feel like for some steak, you just throw some salt and pepper on it, it's good. But the béarnaise sauce is what really helped this. So you do get one sauce choice. If you want to do all the sauces, you have to pay additional for it, but this wasn't my favorite meal. For my beverage, I got the Cake Bread Cellars Chardonnay. This was okay. I enjoyed it. It was $24. So if I were to have paid like out of pocket for this wouldn't have, I would have probably sent it back. Like, just to be completely transparent, like, it wasn't my favorite Chardonnay. I like my Chardonnays to be a little bit dry. This was very sweet. So I don't know. It wasn't my favorite meal, but overall, I would give the day one usage of my credits 7 out of 10. I think the artisanal burger is a great use of a credit. It's so big. Like, I cannot emphasize how big it is. I don't know if I would go back to Steakhouse 71 just because the menu is limited. You can get your bang for your buck there, but I just felt like it wasn't up to par when it comes to steakhouses. And like, I know it's Disney, so it's not like you're eating at like Fleming's or like any of those. Like, I'm not expecting that, but it wasn't my favorite place. Day 2, this was probably my favorite dining of all of my experiences. I went to Crystal Palace at Magic Kingdom for their breakfast. And whenever you go to character dining breakfasts, they are included for once, not included, but they use 1 table service credit. So I used it there. It is a set price menu for dining and breakfast, so you just pay what it is. And that would have been $52 if I would have paid out of pocket for it. This is the only place on Disney property where you can get the churro waffles outside of Disney Cruise Line. And this is my first time having a churro waffle, and when I say I'm obsessed, I'm obsessed. The churro waffle is phenomenal. And then my server was telling me to put ice cream on top. Oh, chef's kiss. Oh my god, it was so good. But I also, for my beverage, I was able to get the Legacy Mimosa, which was $19.50. This was very whiskey forward. Like, I saw that it had whiskey in it, and I was like, I'm a little intrigued, but there was so much whiskey in it. I felt like it was just half whiskey, half champagne, a pinch of orange juice, and I'm not complaining, because for a drink that's $19.50, I would hope it's a little bit more alcohol forward, but it was a lot of whiskey. So if you're not a whiskey person, I don't think this would be for you. Overall, my experience at Crystal Palace, I loved it. I loved meeting the characters. That was my first time actually meeting Winnie the Pooh in like an intimate setting. Like, I've taken pictures with them years ago, but like being able to like talk to them and hang out, like I haven't done that in a very long time. So that was really nice. My server was phenomenal. She was great. I ordered a second drink and I paid out of pocket for that, but I just did not care for it. And she was perfectly fine with it. Brought me something different that I did enjoy. I can't rave enough about her. I wish I would have wrote her name down, but my experience at Crystal Palace, I would give it an 8 out of 10. My only grievance with the buffets is that I feel like the food is limited for a buffet. I feel like there was like maybe 6 or 7 options and both sides were the same. I feel like if both sides were different, then I think I would want to do character dining a little bit more, but I think I'm only going to do character dining if I have the Disney dining plan. For my quick service credit for the day, I got an artisanal burger again, and that's just because we got rained out really bad, and I just needed something quick. So I could have got something different, like, because I went back to my hotel room, but this was really quick. It was easy, it's safe. So I did get that again for $15.49. But I got a Brut wine, or a Brut like champagne, and it was like the little small bottle. That was $15. So that was really nice, because at first I wanted I could only mobile order, and it was only giving me like 3 options. But when I showed them that, they were like, okay, just, you know, you can pick something out of here, like it's perfectly fine. So that was very nice of the cast members. I don't know if that's normal, but that was very nice of the cast members. So for this day, I haven't used any snack credits. I've used 2 quick service and 2 table service credits at this point. So I had a lot of making up to do. I was very intentional of how I wanted to use my snack credits. So I wanted to use all of my snack credits at Epcot, because you can use a lot of snack credits on different things. So the first snack credit that I used was the black truffle Parmesan fries. These were $6.49. When I say these were perfect, they were fresh, they were crispy, the truffle was perfect. It wasn't too much like Parmesan on top. It had a little bit of parsley in it. Oh my goodness, if you're a truffle fry person, oh, you're gonna love this. It's at Epcot at the Connections Eatery. I have never ate there before, and they also have a very extensive menu, so I can't wait to go back to just try something on the regular menu. But that was really, really, that was a good use of a snack credit, I can say that. The next thing I did was I walked over to France and I tried a crepe for the first time at the France Pavilion. Now, I've been to France, I've had crepes, and I don't know if it was just because they were busy, but this crepe was very overcooked. It literally tasted a little burnt, and it was supposed to have chocolate ice cream in it, and it was chocolate fudge. So maybe I must have like not understood because the wording was in French, but I thought I saw ice cream. I don't know. But this was $9.54, which is a very good use of a snack credit, because you want to make sure that you're trying to get on the higher end to beat the Disney dining plan if that's your goal. So using a snack credit on a $9.54 item, which it was massive too, like you could share this with someone. I just don't think I would get it again, because it just was not my favorite. Like it was overcooked. I'm just gonna be completely honest, it was overcooked. So that was one of my uses of my snack credits. Now I did want to use one of my other snack credits at my hotel, because there was a pastry that I saw all over TikTok, and we'll get into that after. But I headed over to Hollywood and Vine at Hollywood Studios for another character dining, and this was with Mickey and Friends. This character dining was $63. Most of the character dinings are about the same price, so I haven't seen any like difference in prices when it comes to like the breakfast and the dinners for the different ones. But Hollywood and Vine is just a character dining that you do with Mickey and his friends, and they were like their summer outfits. Like Goofy was in his like surf outfit, and Minnie was in this really, really pretty dress. Like she looked so pretty, and Mickey was just chilling, hanging around. So the food there, it was okay. Like it gave more like Thanksgiving, I would say. There was like a lot of like hearty cuts, like some like prime rib. I can't remember off the top of my head everything, but there was like a little bit of mac and cheese, like Brussels sprouts, salmon. Like there was a good option, but like I said, my grievance with character buffets is that both sides are the same. Like there's not a variety of food. Now when it comes to the dessert though, there's a literal mountain of dessert. So I got some ice cream, I got some cookies, and it was a really great dinner. But for my beverage, I got the ultimate Long Island iced tea. Now, I have not had a Long Island iced tea in a very, very long time. It's been years since I've had a Long Island iced tea. And let me just say, I won't be getting it again. Like, it was a lot for me. Like, I don't know why I used to drink that in college. It just was gross. Like, it's just a bunch of liquors just poured together. I know what a Long Island iced tea was, but I was like, I'm intrigued just to taste the Disney one. I'm not getting that again, ever. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, because it was just too much for me. But, so the Long Island iced tea was $17.50. And so what I think is a better use of your quick service credit, if you're gonna do your trip kind of like how I did, if you're gonna use a lot of your snack credits at Epcot and it's gonna be like your last day, I actually ordered the chicken club sandwich from Gasparilla Island Grill, and I got some chips, and I saved it for the next day because I was checking out late, so I didn't have to pay for anything that day. So I just reheated the chicken in the morning and ate it at the pool. And I also got a 16-ounce Angry Orchard, and I had that as my beverage you know, for the next day at the pool. So the chicken club sandwich was $14.99, and the 16-ounce Angry Orchard was $10.25. So I was able to save some money on my checkout day by using that snack credit. I ordered it as late as I could. I got back to the resort at like 10:50 and they closed at midnight. So I ordered it around like 11:30 and just put it in the fridge because I did have a DVC room. So if you're staying in a regular room, you might not have a refrigerator, but I just got something that I knew that I could heat up and utilize for the next day. So that's how I used my quick service credits. So overall, I spent $381 technically with all of the food and drink items that I got through the Disney dining plan. When I originally paid for the Disney dining plan, it was $293. So I saved a lot of money when using the Disney dining plan, and now we're gonna get into kind of, is it worth it? So is the dining plan worth it? And in my honest opinion, I think it is if you are on a tight budget and your budget meets the dining plan. I think that it's a great option. There's so many different ways to finesse the dining plan and to really get the most out of it. I think that using your snack credits at Epcot is such a great option. I'm so sorry if you guys can hear my dog. I'm not gonna make her stop. Like she's having a day right now. But I think that there's so many different ways that you can use a dining plan, and the food portions at Walt Disney World are massive. They are so big. So whether you're gonna use a dining plan or not, you're always gonna get the same portion of food. I think that it coming with a beverage is just top tier because you're already gonna buy something to drink. So having that option, I really like that part of the quick service and the table service. Now, I wish that we could interchange the dessert with appetizers. I'm more of an appetizer girly. I'm not a dessert girly. So I think that if I was able to choose an appetizer, which that was a thing in the past, I think that I would really advocate for it. But I think it really just comes down to what your budget is. So if you're going for, you know, 5 days and your budget for food is, I'm just making up a number, $1,500, and the dining plan is $1,200, I would get the dining plan. You can share your food, finesse the credits how I did, to where I was able to get another item for my checkout day so I didn't have to spend any money that way. The crate being $9.54, and you technically are paying, I think you're paying like $7 for the snack credit a day. If you like kind of break down the math, that's $2 of savings. The amount of food that I got and the beverages, I spent $88 more on that technically if I would have paid for it out of my own pocket, but I saved that money by having the dining plan. So I think that it's a great option. Now I can see where there are arguments of like, it's too much food and you're gonna be tired of it. I could see that. I could see that being a thing, but I think it's just the way that you use your credits and how you have your days stacked. So if you plan your days correctly and have it stacked a good way, I think that you're always gonna come out on top. I think that there's also arguments about people who don't drink, if it's good for you to have the dining plan. And I think that if you get a beverage regardless, if it's a soda or if it's a specialty beverage that doesn't have alcohol in it, I think that it's a great option. Now there are like the amounts for kids. So in 2026, the dining plan is gonna be free for children, and I think that that's already a chef kit. That is a win for me because you're already spending money on your kids. So, you know, sometimes you're even having them eat off your plate just to save some money, and getting the free dining plan, I'm going to tell you to get it every single time for your kids. But I don't think that you need to purchase alcoholic beverages to beat the Disney dining plan or to have a good time on it. Like, there's so many different food items, like the steak. I wouldn't have gotten that. Going to Crystal Palace, I wouldn't have done that if I wasn't on the Disney dining plan. Like, I wouldn't have done that. I would have, you know, still spent the money somewhere else, but this really got me out of my comfort zone because I was able to make dining reservations for places I just wouldn't have done before. But I think that if it's your first time and you really want to experience Disney World, like you want to experience the character dining and experience all the other things that come with Disney, I think the dining plan is a great option for you. So for my upcoming trip we're doing the dining plan for a party of 3, so I'm very interested to see how this goes, because you do have to kind of look at your credits a different way. Everything is going to be combined, so make sure to hit that subscribe button, because I will be doing another follow-up video on how we utilize the Disney dining plan and if we beat it. We did spend a little bit more money because there was more of us, so we're definitely doing some really big dining reservations. I'm so excited about them, because these are places that I've really been wanting to go to for a while, and I just didn't have the time to do it, but we're making the time this time, and I'm very, very excited. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'm so excited for our next set of Walt Disney World series. It's coming very soon. We have a few Disneyland vlogs coming and a few more sit downs, and then we're gonna get right into Disney World. I'm so excited. We're gonna be spending an entire week there at 2 new resorts, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you real soon. Bye.